As the Texans prepare to face the Cleveland Browns in the playoffs, DeMeco Ryans doesn't want to reflect. Let's hear what he had to say here inside the locker room.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the locker room on YouTube. You know what it is. Let's get it. Hey. Locker room. Yeah, we in the locker room.
Reflection? No thanks. A lot of people pleased with what the Texans have done. You should be. But there's going to be plenty of time to reflect. Hell, right after the game, you can reflect. But DeMeco Ryans ain't got time for that. We'll hear from DeMeco Ryans in a sec. It is the Locker Room, number one source for Texans daily digital content. I'm Landry Locker. You can hear me Monday through Friday, 10 to 2 Central, Sports Radio 610, and the Odyssey app, which is also available right here on YouTube and Twitch. Before we hear from DeMeco Ryans, the one question I want to ask, and the one question that's going to matter the most, is what will DeMeco do with the blueprint? The blueprint of his defense completely getting their butt whooped by this Browns team. Because one advantage that DeMeco Ryans has as the overseer of the defense for the Texans that Jim Schwartz does not have, the overseer for the defense of the Browns, is he has witnessed in the last few weeks what it looks like when his defense just completely gets their butt whooped by the Browns offense. The Browns defense, on the other hand, they roughed up the Texans, but Case Keenum was at quarterback and Davis Mills was in mop-up duty. It's not CJ Stroud. We know that. They know that. But how does DeMeco Ryans handle seeing what Amari Cooper can do to him and the weaknesses that he can expose, what Njoku can do, what Joe Flacco can do, and what the rest of this Browns offense can do? How does DeMeco Ryans handle that as he studies for this game and prepares? And furthermore, what does Kevin Stefanski do? Does he just come out and try to do the exact same things? Does he add new wrinkles? Is there other stuff that he sees? It's going to be an interesting chess match between, in my opinion, the two guys who are most deserving of Coach of the Year consideration. What does DeMeco do with the blueprint, and what will Stefanski do? Last time out, Amari Cooper. You're going to see these numbers a lot throughout the week. 11 catches, 265, 2 touchdowns. We'll get more into this in the live streams. We have 10:30 p.m. nightly live streams, 10:30 Central, since I know there's some folks on the East Coast. Let's hear from DeMeco Ryans, though, starting with talking about the defensive struggles, specifically against the run. John McClain asked the question. Here's DeMeco Ryans.
The run defense was mainly tackling, and you made a schematic change to control them in the fourth quarter. Are you worried about the run defense after one bad game?
Yeah, our tackling was not good versus the Colts, and it showed up. Right, not concerned about what happened there in the running game. I just know we can play better overall when it comes to how we play our technique up front, starting with the defensive line, also with our linebackers and second-level defenders, like being in better position to tackle and swarming. We had one too many times where it was just one guy, and Taylor, also awesome player, and we knew it going in, made one guy miss, and he was able to create explosives on us time after time. So we just have to be better of swarming the football, but it starts with tackling, right? It wasn't good enough, and we have to improve it this week.
Is that what happened in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, fourth quarter, I felt like guys got more knocked back. We were able to make some stops there in the run game, but overall, it wasn't us in the run game, and that's why I think the coach stayed after it, right? We had a lot of leaky yardage in the run game, so we have to fix that going against the Browns this week. They're a really good offensive line, really good run unit, so we have to be prepared to stop the run.
And I kind of thought it was a little bit of a misleading statistic going into that game against the Colts. And I watch every single Texans play. Look, they stopped the run at a good level. There is some swarming, but top 5 run defense. I think a lot of that was skewed by the great performance against the Tennessee Titans and Derrick Henry. This is a good run defense, but elite, I wouldn't say so. Although Jonathan Taylor, different caliber back than what they'll be facing this week.
From day one, how did you feel like you instilled your leadership style, your standard, as far as what you expected from the guys, and how would you describe your leadership approach?
Yeah.
How would you describe your leadership approach? Man, this is week 20 or whatever it is. We know DeMeco's leadership approach. We know what he's about.
For me, when you talk about my leadership approach,
You know him or something?
it's all about positive reinforcement. It's all about positive energy. It's all about just getting better one day at a time. And that's what I tried to instill in all of our guys, is just a get better mentality. And I think our guys have taken that on. We've gotten better from day one. Each and every week we've gotten better. Always things to improve on, things to clean up. But all I want our guys is just continue to do their best and strive to get better every single day.
Coach, do you feel like this team has exceeded expectations by making the playoffs and being able to win the NFC South?
And for me, what are the expectations, right? Every team that lines up on every team that starts the season, your expectations have to be to get into the playoffs and have an opportunity to win it all. That's why you play the game. And, I don't know any other expectation. When you're a competitor, right, that's why you compete. And that's, we continue to do our best and work the right way, and we'll have an opportunity, and that's what our guys did. And we're here with our opportunity now.
And I think there's got to be a little bit of a gray area when we discuss expectations. We'll hear more from DeMeco Ryans in a second, but I kind of want to touch on, the expectations. Look, the NFL, every single year, there's going to be a team that goes from around where the Texans were last year to where the Texans are this year. It happens every year, literally. We've done the exercise multiple times on here. We did not think CJ Stroud would be an elite quarterback this early. If anyone had known that, very few people would have said the Texans are going to win 5.5, 6 games, right? We didn't know that the Cleveland Browns were going to lose Nick Chubb and Deshaun Watson, go through 3 quarterbacks, and then their 4th quarterback be Joe Flacco straight off the couch. So are we supposed to act like the Browns didn't surpass realistic expectations because at the beginning of the year they were expected to win 10, 11 games? No, they surpassed them. I hear about this run defense. I hear about, what the Texans have done. It's been awesome. It's been great. It's been phenomenal. It's good to know that you're further along than you were, but these are different players. It's a higher quality quarterback. So sometimes I think when expectations are spoken of, it's almost like ignored. Like, are the Bengals just complete failures because they didn't win 10.5, 11 games that you expected them to win? No, they lost Joe Burrow. Browns were able to overcome losing their quarterback, although Joe Flacco might actually be better than Deshaun Watson at this point. But I think when we talk about expectations, yeah, the Texans surpassed them, but it's not like DeMeco is Lovie Smith, and it's not like CJ Stroud is Davis Mills. So it's a little bit different, but should be pleased. But I don't think DeMeco is in the mood to reflect, and he's about to let you know that he's looking ahead to Saturday.
So what does it mean to you to have orchestrated such a remarkable turnaround in just 1 year, especially as a first-year coach?
Yeah, for me, I'm proud of our guys. It's our first year, so I don't know about the turnaround. It's our first year together as the 2023 Texans, and our guys have done a great job this year.
Hey, Coach,
Thank you.
Even though the team is going to be a little bit more healthier playing against the Browns this time around, when you go back and you take a look at the film, what are some of the intangibles you feel that this team needs to improve in order to?
What do you need to change from first game?
For us, looking back at our first game versus the Browns, it was a lot of self-inflicted penalties. We made big plays. They were negated by penalties or just mishaps on our part. So, again, we have to play clean football versus a really good team. You can't go out and make mistakes, right, or they'll capitalize on it, and they've shown that time after time. And that's on the defensive side. We gave up too many explosive passes. And Amari had an outstanding game. Watching it again, he had some of the best catches I've seen all year, right? Even though guys were in coverage and in position, he still made unbelievable catches. He had an outstanding game. So we have to be in position to cover him better. We have to be able to make plays, right, to get off the field on third down as well.
Was anything in the Colts game from y'all's pass defense and y'all's coverage that you feel like y'all can apply moving forward into the playoffs specifically?
Yeah, with our pass defense, we just have to continue to off of each other, right, and just being great communicators on the back end. And we have that, right? We have an opportunity.
DeMeco, so many of your players have talked about the level of trust that they have in one another, the belief that they have in one another. How fundamental was that to what you tried to instill in this team from day one? And if it was, how did you get that done to the point where their trust in one another is now 100%?
Yeah, trust comes from when you see each other execute. Right, you see the work that guys put in throughout the week. You have to earn that trust, and that's one thing I'm all about is earning everything that you get. You have to earn it, right? Whether it's a playing time, whatever it is, you have to earn it. Playing time, trust, you go earn it, and you show it by the way you practice, and guys see that, and that spurs the belief in one another because guys see each other execute on a day-to-day basis. They see each other make plays in games, and that drives that belief in our entire team.
DeMeco, can you talk about any of the injury situations?
Asking about the wide receivers.
Yeah, nothing new right now. We'll see where our guys end up by the end of the week. Hopefully we get some guys back. Hopefully they continue to progress. But we would love to have some of our guys back to help us. We need all the guys we can get. We would love to have them back.
Yeah, Noah Brown, he's probably a little bit further back, but Robert Woods was actually working out on the field. So I'm not going to say expect him to play, but I think he's got a better chance than Noah Brown.
Compare this title to your first one in 2000.
McClain asking about DeMeco winning as a player.
It's a special one. You know, it's special to win the division, right? And that's always the goal, right? You know, you win a division, you're in the playoffs, so that's a goal each and every year, right? Just to get started into the postseason. So, you know, we're proud of that accomplishment, right? Proud of the work that our guys put in throughout the year, and they went out and they earned it, right? It wasn't pretty all throughout the year, but they earned it, and I'm happy the way we earned it. There were a lot of tough, gritty wins, a lot of learning lessons and some losses, but we've grown throughout the year, and I feel like we're much better. I talked about all throughout the year of us learning how to win. I feel like we've done that, and we have valuable experience, right, that'll carry us throughout these playoffs.
How did you take in yesterday's game, the Titans-Jaguars game? Did y'all had already taken care of business the day before? Like, it was set the scene. Like, what were you doing? How did you take it in? What were your emotions once it was 3-0 in the division?
Yeah, for me, we were just sitting at home with the family, and my wife and kids were sitting on the couch watching the game, just like everyone else. And, you know, when I turned the game on, it was kind of like, I think maybe late in the third quarter, and the Jags started making a few plays, and I said, maybe I should turn this off. But stayed with it, kept watching.
Everyone's got that superstition watching football, even NFL coaches.
Watching the game, and Tennessee, they played a really good game there, made some plays to win, and we're excited. I'm jumping up and down with my kids, excited, you know, that we were able to win the division thanks to the Titans getting the win. So excited, man, jumping around, just an exciting moment for me and my family to share that together.
Well, this is going to be DJ Bieneme asking about the message from making the playoffs to winning the division if the message changes.
Yeah, there was no message from me, right? It's you win a division, all right, now it's everybody know, okay, now who we're playing. I think that's what everybody was focused on, who would be the next opponent, where we have to go, right? That's where everybody's focus was, but the message, man, it's back to work. Right, it's back to work. Let's put the work in. We know we have the Browns coming in here, really tough opponent. We got to go put the work in and find a way to win, whatever it takes.
DeMeco on not having CJ now versus. This is going to be real Captain Obvious, and I like how DeMeco just states the obvious. But this is a question about. How does having CJ now versus not having him impact the squad? I mean, come on. What do you think?
Yeah, having CJ, having your starting quarterback always gives you a chance to win. So we're excited to have him.
DeMeco, you have these guys in such a great place mentally. It's like they're happy.
This is Musel asking about, shout out to Matt Musel, hunger versus satisfaction, the balance, the reflection versus looking ahead.
Yeah, our guys understand our goals and what we set out to accomplish. As I mentioned earlier, like just as true competitors as we all are, right? And we talk about all the time, we didn't come this far just to come this far. Yeah, everybody's excited, happy about the division. I mean, congrats. Now we have to move on. We have to continue to play football and and go win games in the playoffs. That's what it's about.
When you look at the next man up mentality, especially when it comes to the development of younger players, a guy like Christian Harris comes and steps up in the pass rushing department, gets a big sack against Gardner Minshew. As a former linebacker, where do you
This is a wordy question about how do you feel about Christian Harris.
take on that leadership?
Should feel good. He's been
Christian
good.
has truly developed all throughout the entire year. Right? He's gotten better each week. Right? He's become more comfortable with what we're asking him to do. He's playing much faster. He's playing physical. He's playing mean. Like, I love his tenacity out on the field. I think when it comes to just playing ability in the passing game, he's making plays there, whether it's sacks, getting after the quarterback, or attacking the ball when he's in coverage. But also just the way he's tackling, right? The physical nature of his tackling, like it's grown, and he's done a really great job of, I think, showing up and making impact plays for us. And that's where Christian has truly grown, and I'm very proud of Christian, right, to see his growth throughout the entire year, see him develop into a quality starting linebacker making plays for us.
In the last game, Nico had about 95 and touchdown.
This is about Nico Collins.
Most of the other receivers didn't really do that much in the past from a production standpoint, outside of the little nuanced things that CJ mentioned. But against the Browns, who have really good defensive backs, how imperative would it be for the other receivers to get involved, knowing that?
How important is it for the other receivers to get involved and not just be dependent on Nico? It's a good question by DJ.
You you talk about our passing game with Nico, CJ, playmakers. In the position we're in now, the game we're in, like, we just have to find a way to move the ball, right? To me, Nico has done an outstanding job this entire year. He deserves a ton of credit for the season that he's had, a career year. He's shown up every single week and made play after play, whether he's double covered, it doesn't matter. Like, he showed up with a willingness and a want to, right, to be that leading receiver for us, and he did that. And he deserves a ton of credit for that. If anytime you have more guys who can make plays, it's a plus for us. And we would like many more guys to step up and make plays for us. But at the end of the day, however you get it done, you get it done. No matter if it's Nico, right, no matter who it is catching the football, right, we just have to find a way to get the win.
So during the regular season, it's if something happens a week prior, you could always tell the team, okay, we'll do better next game, or we can improve on next game. Now you're in a position to where there is, if you lose this game, there is no next game. What is your message to them going into the weekend? Does it change any from what you told them last week about the?
This is on the message and how it changes and all that.
Yeah, our message hasn't changed since our last game versus the Titans. So we've been in this mode. We've been in playoff mode for the past 2 weeks. So our message, our mode hasn't changed, and our guys understand where we are. They understand what we have to do.
This is on the mindset and if the mindset has helped.
And not getting ahead of yourselves, has that, mindset helped your?
What if he was like, hell no, it hadn't helped. It sucks.
Right, when it comes to the focus and these, big moments that externally, right, they become big moments, and a lot of people there'll be more coverage, there'll be more camera, there'll be more people attentive to what we're doing, but our focus doesn't change. Our preparation doesn't change, and that's what allows you to be consistent. It allows you to go out and execute because, as I always say, when the ball is snapped, nobody cares who's covering it, how many interviews you've done, right, how many people are watching. No one cares. Truly, the only thing that matters when that ball is snapped is, are you executing? Are you playing relentless? Are you finishing the way we like to finish, right? And if you do that, then everything else takes care of itself. Then there'll probably be another big game coming. But it doesn't change. You don't change who you are because of the moment. Continue to be the same team that we've been. Continue to work, right, how we work. Just stay humble and continue to work, and we'll be lifted up if we do things the right way.
You say it's an improvement league. Where do you see?
This is just generic. Where do you see the most
Say that again,
improvement
bro.
in your squad?
Improvement league. Where do you see your team? Where do you see the improvement?
Overall, I would say just our improvements, just overall as a team, just when I say learning how to win games, right? Learning how to win tough games, tight games. Like, that's what this league is all about, and our team has done that throughout the course of the entire year. We've gotten better. Situational football, we've just gotten better. play smarter, play cleaner, and that's what allowed us to be in the position we're in right now.
You delivered the same message from the day you were hired, before you even met the players, about getting better every game, et cetera, every day. You've been on a lot of teams when you played, coached.
Right, the big each other. Yeah, I was there in the hallways, on the field, but becoming a tighter team has allowed us to thrive and be in the position we're in right now.
Early message.
Coach, after the game, the camera.
This is, I think it's Sarge asking about the viral reflection video that you all saw where he's kind of looking up in the air, just kind of reflecting. This is DeMeco on that.
Caught you in the hallway, showing some emotions. Can you just take us through what you were going through at that time?
Yeah, I was there in the hallways just congratulating every player that walked in. And then just took a moment to just reflect, just a moment of prayer and just thankfulness, gratefulness just for being able to be in this position to lead this team, right, to lead this special group of young men, right, and for us to accomplish, right, what we set out to accomplish of getting that spot in the playoffs. Right? I know how much it meant to each and every one of our players, each and every one of our support staff, right? It meant a lot to everyone in our entire organization. So that moment, just a moment of gratitude and prayer, just thankful.
Last game you had.
There you go. That's DeMeco Ryans right here in the locker room. Going to be interesting. Hey, chill out. All right. It's going to be interesting to see the match between him and Stefanski. The blueprint, how do they adjust? How does DeMeco adjust? Could we see more Stingley on Amari Cooper? Do we see Stefanski going about? It's going to be a fun chess match to watch, and two very likable football teams as well. That's DeMeco Ryans. CJ Stroud going to speak tomorrow. We'll hear from Bobby Slowick over the course of the day as well. This is going to be a fun time, and it is a great time to be covering this squad, following this squad. In the Loop, 10 a.m. Sports Radio 610. Also, got the nightly streams going down at 10:30 every night. Be sure to subscribe, like, right along. This is the place to come to get the pulse of what's going on. No matter what happens when it comes to this Texan stuff, we're all in it together. Thanks for coming through.
Yeah. It's the Locker Room on YouTube. You know what it is. Let's get it. Hey. Locker room, yeah, we in the locker room. Texas talk, yeah, you know what we about to do. Localize, every angle's what we really do. We the source, we the pulse of the city too. Landlocked, got the game in the headlock. Localize every time.